You just thought he was anxious or...
Oh, the last session that we had?
I mean, he did fine, but...
Yeah, so like here, like he's a little edgy, right?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are like, why is the dog edgy? I go, I don't care about why, just make the dog not edgy.
Yeah.
Right? So I know it just comes down to direction. So if you ever feel that way, like, why is he not listening? Probably too low. It's always the first thing I go to. Regardless if the dog is stressed, if he's distracted, if you have poor contact, the answer is always most likely too low.
Okay.
If the dog is, new environment, stressed, then I go, okay, then direction is what helps de-stress dogs. So the example I like to use is like first day on the job. You know what you're supposed to do, like you're just learning, the routine, your place within the workplace. So it's like people are usually anxious, nervous the first day.
Yeah.
But once you're there and you like start to get into the groove, like, oh, like I come in and I go to my office and I do this and I get my appointments and all blah, blah, blah. You're fine.
Yeah.
So like when you bring them into a new place, the dog's under stress, like for instance, veterinary clinics tends to be a stressful place for a lot of dogs, is the dog's really anxious and pacing. It's like, I wish you could make the dog not anxious anymore. Well, then give them direction.
Yeah.
Have them sit by your side. I don't care about the sit. I care about do this. So if you're sitting still, you can't practice all this anxiety, because anxiety comes out as movement. I'm giving him clear direction, as opposed to trying to soothe him so that he's calm, And with the person, like, you can educate them and say, like, hey, it's okay, it's a dentist, it's fine. And you can explain it, they can understand it and process it, whereas he's like, hell am I?
Get me out of here.
Yeah, it always comes down to direction and what do we need him to do if you ever feel like he's exhibiting stress or anxiety or something like that. Okay. Any questions from last week going into this week, or?
I don't think so.
I think we had talked about stationary work for today.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So we have two options. I went and grabbed this just in case. This is one of our placemats, right?
Okay.
So there's this is like the simplest and easiest thing to teach for stationary work, and it's you can transition it anywhere. So like we have this fancy thing here. Some of our clients use towels. They'll go to the dollar store and pick up like a floor mat. It just has to be something that has a perimeter, and it's like a difference in texture. So towels, blankets, dog beds. This is an elevated dog bed. Rug. It can even be like I've had clients with a really big area rug, and they go, can that be place? I'm like, sure. It's just a really big place. So your dog can, on place, walk around, even run around in circles, sit, lay down, play with another dog. It just cannot step off of that area rug. Okay. So, would you like to do that, or?
Yeah, I think that would be good. That'd be useful.
Yeah.
So we'll start with this. This is simple, okay? And when it comes to the rate, there's two aspects to this. There's teaching Leo to go here, as like just place, right, and recognizing that. And the second is go there and stay there for a while, right? And you don't have to do 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes. When we do boarding trains, and like he's a daycare train, Bailey here, we'll teach this in like 10, 15 minutes, and then right away go put the dog and have him there for 2 hours. Okay. Now they make mistakes and they try to come off, but we have a cheat. So like if this was a column, we just have a leash wrapped around the column that tethers the dog, so they can still get off, but they can't get away. Right. So if we're working with another dog over here, and the dog steps off, I can remote them. They self-correct, and then I go back to what I'm doing here. Right? So eventually, we don't need the tether anymore. The dog understands I just go there, or associates I just go there, and I don't move. Right. Okay? So, and we'll discuss all that stuff.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and do that. And you guys want to work in the sun, or would you like to work in the shade?
Honestly, he'd probably prefer the shade since it's warmer out, but...
Doesn't matter. Yeah, the shade. Anything for Leo. Yeah, let's bring it. How's the wind?
It's coming. Let's go over here.
Good. All right, so go ahead and bring Mr. Leo over here.
Do we need a 30-foot leash on him, or?
No, not right now. All right, so don't worry about sit or heel or anything like that stuff now.
Okay.
What's your number? Go ahead and give Leo a tap here. Tap, 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 tap. Yep, yep. Good, right? So I just want to see if it was an appropriate number. Typically when we teach something new, we want to go down lower, but 18 seems to be just fine because he's not overly stressed about it, right? One thing I want to point out is Leo was moving away from you. I had you tap no instruction, and he defaulted into getting closer to you, sitting, and then ultimately he went to a lay down, right? The deeper thing here is that I want to see Leo closer, okay? The second part of it is he went from all this, right, to settling. So essentially you just said, I don't want you worrying about the environment right now. I want you to relax. Okay? So I didn't care that he sat, and I didn't care that he went from a sit to a down position because it wasn't command-based. Had you said sit, it would have been this and only this position. You wouldn't allow this because this would become gray area. Okay? So just keep that in mind that whenever you're remoting him, behaviorally, I typically don't say anything. So here I just wanted him to settle down. That's what the communication was, right? So this is much more nuanced than just the raw black and white, heel, sit, stay, come, pick stuff. It's a communicator. I can tell him, I don't want you to do that, or I need you to settle a bit more. Like that.
She reiterated that yesterday. I think I said something and also did that. She's like, no, you don't even have to say anything. Just kind of.
Correct. Yeah, so like for behavior, think about it as, do you want to control it or do you want to eliminate it, right? So like, let's say, barking out the window. Let's say you don't mind it, right? But you just want to be able to stop it if it becomes too much. You would want to cue a word before the remote, okay? So then it'd be like quiet, right? And quiet in the remote. So then Leo learns, I can bark out the window until I hear quiet, right? If you just remote him, no quiet, then he learns, if I bark out the window, this happens, no warning, I'm not gonna bark out the window, period.
Ever.
Right.
Okay.
Giving him that cue word allows him to do what he wants to accept it.
You're
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah. So anytime he does something, just think, do I want to control this or do I want to eliminate it? When you want to eliminate, there's
good.
no cue. When you want to control, there's a cue. It's that simple. Okay? And there's no rule. Everybody's rules are different. Some people want the barking, some people don't want the barking, some people want to control the barking. I know it's fine. Just be, you want to be consistent with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can always change it one day and decide, nah, today I want control as opposed to eliminate. Then we'd let it go and then just re-cue it the words and stuff. But we would not want to shift it one way one day and then one way another day. Okay, very good. Questions about that? Alrighty, so what we're going to do here is we're going to first teach Leo that going to this area here turns off pressure. Alright, so we've taught Leo with the walking, if he goes the opposite way and we remote him and he's here in this pocket, or he's the right side, right?
Yeah.
In this pocket, pressure goes away. If he's 30 feet away, we taught him when you come towards us and you're here, pressure goes away, right? So now we're teaching him when you go here, pressure goes away. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the word quite yet. I'm going to have you go ahead and just get ready. Have your leash here and then here as well. Good. And yeah, that's fine. So you're not going to say any words, no deal, none of that. And go ahead and just take a step or so forward. About there, that's good. And you're going to start remoting, okay? And what you're going to do is, as you start remoting, you're just going to give Leo slight tension towards the area here, with the placement. Now, if he starts to buck around, which happens, because he's like, what the hell is this? You may need to grab closer to his collar for more immediate control and more so physically place him on there as you're remoting. And then as soon as all of Leo is on the area, you stop. Okay? If he's under stress, he's probably gonna pop off. You would repeat, continue, guide him back onto the area. As soon as he's completely on, you would stop, wait, see if he settles, pops off, kick it on again, and then repeat. No words, no words. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Yep. And relax. And good. And wait. Okay. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and say the word break. Break. And remove them. Break. And we're going to repeat that a few times. Yep. 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 tap, tap, tap. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Wait. Oh, what's your number? 18? Let's try 23. Now, when he overshot it, what I would have done is instead of going around, I would have just pulled in. Right? So you're directing him kind of opposite of what he's doing. So when you're presenting him, he's pulling back, so you're having to pull forward. So he flushes off, and now he's facing you. You have to pull towards you as you're loading to bring him on coming this way. Does that make sense? Good. More.
Break.
Tap. 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 Better. Tap. Yep. Tap. Tap. Use your leash. Tap. Right there. Tap. 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 There you go. Right there. Yeah, let's try 28. Good. Break. Tap. 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 Yep. There. Tap. 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 Yep. Tap. 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 Good. Tap. Good job. Perfect. That was a really good one. So right there, he kind of bobbed back and forth, and you're just with that leash, like it's like a lever, right? You're just stopping him and letting the remote. So what he's learning that the like, if 3 legs are on, ideally the tap, boom, right? So the tension is to help direct his brain which way to go, which is just step onto this object, right? Then once all 4 paws are on, everything turns off. And in the future, what this looks like is Leo's on his place, maybe an hour goes by, and he's like, tries to sneak off a little bit, you tap him, he goes back on, no leash, no words, he just self-corrects, okay? All of this that you're doing here is essentially laying the foundation for that later on, okay? Let's try one more. Break. Tap, tap, try for the leash, tap, tap, that's good, see that? Good, that's okay. So here, when Leo is on the placemat, sit, stand, lay down, I don't care, okay? Because it's just go onto this area, don't step off of it, okay? Questions so far? What we're going to do here is, before we switch, we're going to do a couple more. We're going to keep it there. I'm going to have you actually start walking around with them. Okay, now as you walk around, keep the leash in your hand. He is supposed to stay put on the place area. He may want to follow you, he might think heel or something. If he does so, you can stop, counter him with leash pressure and remote. He goes back on, you relax, you continue to walk around. Tap, 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 leash pressure, tap, 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 tap. Good, almost tap, tap, tap. Right there, and relax and move around. Tap, 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 tap. There, and relax, tap. Lower it, go to 18, because now he's still at 28. Tap, 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 tap. Attaboy. Good job. And move around. Yep, that's okay. Tap, 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 tap. Good, and move around. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, keep that pressure. You had it right. Tap. Right there. Tap. Yep. Good. Because that's going to happen. You're guiding him forward, but then he might overshoot it. So the back paws go on and the front paws go off, right? And then you do what you did, which is you just countered it back, and then the front paws go back on. Break. Break. Right. We're going to try that 2 more times, and then we're going to swap.
Probably doesn't like this.
Every time you tap him, he just goes into his auto sit.
It's not a bad thing, but
We're teaching them that there's other options now.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 There you go. Right there. Good. And move around. Yep. Let's go ahead and dip it down. What's your number? Right. Let's go down to 12. Yep. 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 8. There. But see how you went back? There we go. That's what I want to see. And move around. Because you got to think that for 2 weeks, tap, tap, tap. For 2 weeks, the mode's meant move with you, go with you, right? Now we're teaching inflicting command. So it's not going to screw them up or anything. He's just going to learn to decipher that this is a different thing now.
good job.
Boy. Once you finish this circle around, you'll go ahead and give him a break, and then one more.
Break.
Yep. Good job. There we go. That one seemed easier. Tap. 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 There it is. Let it go. Good. Try going the opposite way. Getting dizzy? Good, go ahead and pause. Excellent. Let's go and swap handlers. Now, if Theo gets off, tap. Correct, tap, tap.
Oh, we want it back on?
Yep, tap.
Oh, sorry.
Tap, 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 tap. Very good. And now swap. So then if once you have them, if you got off, you would correct
Same
that.
thing.
Correct. So when I work with couples, this is like super common. Whenever the dog's in some kind of position or command, they swap. The dog will just kind of go, oh, my job's done.
Lazy. Come on.
So it's a little gray area, right? And people tend to like not care because they're just thinking we're swapping anyways. But the dog made a decision that's out of command, and we want to be as consistent as possible, so you can still correct everything else. Okay. So instead of going into the break, I'm going to have you go to start walking around them a bit,
Okay.
and then we'll release them after a couple.
Okay.
Good. Tap, 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 tap. Good. Good. There he is.
Probably like, what the heck are you guys doing?
I know, right? You guys got issues, man. You want to come and stop there? And you're issuing the break.
Break. Break.
So I'm going to have you start off with what we had Kyle do first.
Okay.
So you're actually not going to worry about the walking around,
Okay.
just the leading part. But what we're going to do is going to make it a little bit more difficult. And we're going to send Leo about 3 to 4 feet away. You're going to try your best to stay still and have him go from here to there. Okay? Yep. 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 Yep.
Strong.
Yep. Yep. There he is. Attaboy. Good. Wait a moment. Break.
Break.
Yep. And repeat. Yep.
Break. Break, Leo. Break.
Yep. Try from a different direction.
Okay. Over here. Where are you going?
You're at 8 now?
Yeah.
Let's try 12.
Okay. Break.
More?
Right here.
Good. Was that like one tap?
Great.
Perfect. That's something you're good?
How many, like, what speed, like, do you have meds happen?
So, so that rhythm that I'm giving, tap, tap,
Okay.
is what I use. Now, the moment we see Leo start to go, I'll take off the pressure, but then if he cuts it short and like the hind leg is off, I would kick in again with a little bit of leash to help him go forward on it. Exactly.
Okay. Break. Break.
You have a minute pull. Break. Stay boy. Yep. 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 Good. Let's try 16.
Break.
Try one more.
Break.
Good. Excellent. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go about a foot back.
Okay.
So about 5 to 4 feet away. We're going to try sending them, okay?
Okay. Break.
Yep. 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 Right there. Good. Good job. Break.
Break.
Good. Much better.
Break.
Good. 3 more. Good.
Are you tapping it? You are.
Good. We'll try switching from the other direction.
Break. Break.
Yeah, that's good. We'll try from there. Tap. 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 Try bumping a little. Tap. 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 Yeah. Good. Tap. Tap. Good. That boy. Doesn't get all settled. We're gonna make a move.
I know. Break.
Good. One more. Tap. 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 Good. And then we're gonna wait. Good. So, we did 2 different things. Right. So first, we just thought we reviewed the go here. And then I had Kyle do the go here, and I'm gonna move around and you don't move. And then we switched it up to go here and then go there further from, right? So most trainers, when they teach this, will walk the dog to the placemat, right, all the way there. And it becomes a part of it. So then, once the dog learns it, then you have to unlearn that behavior and then teach the dog, just respond to the word and don't worry about me sending you, right? I skip that step, and what I do is this, I go, okay, once he learns to just go there, go further, right? So I'm not a part of the picture. It's when you feel this, and this is present, and of course you put a word to it, go here, right? So, how far you can send them from depends on how much you practice, right? Like technically, like if you're in the bedroom and like the place is in the living room, you said Leo place, you should leave the bed and go to the living room, bed. But you have to work him to that degree. Okay, he's not going to just learn this and go, oh, okay, and you can send him forever. So, Dogs, again, are very picture-based, so if you always send Leo to place from this particular direction, then one day, 3 weeks later, you decide to send him from here, he's gonna go, what do I do? Because it's completely different, right? So again, off the bat, I start teaching different directions, so he doesn't get so locked into a particular way of going there, okay? And it sounds, silly to us, because we're humans, and we think, yeah, you can go there from all these different directions, but for him, it's practiced habit, okay? And we just do that as soon as we start. So to make this progressively harder, there's of course duration, having them be there for a bit, but then there's also the distance in which we're sending them from. There's no minimum requirement. I don't care, I really don't care if the owner does this to get the dog to go there, right? But to make things easier, I'll remove that so at least they don't have to worry about it. But if you want to be able to send Leo from a greater distance, you would work from 4 feet to 6 feet to 8 feet to 10 feet. And then if you saw he got stuck around 10 feet, they get a certain distance where they have trouble, then I drill it out from that space, from all these different directions for a couple of days, and then he's master at it. Then I go to 12 feet, same thing, okay? But not necessary. Okay? It's all dependent on how well do you want him to recognize that command. Okay? Questions so far?
Will we incorporate a word eventually? Like, you'll go to your mat, go to your...
Place, I think, right?
Yeah, we use place. You can use bed, you can use, mat, whatever. It's whatever command you want to use. The one that we use is place. Okay, great. Other questions? Okay. So on that note, actually, we're going to go to start layering the command. Okay, so since he had more apprehension about going there, we wanted to teach him some familiarity before we actually start defining the word, right? Because we know what words mean by definition, it's very easy for us to just jump to the cues, right? So with everything, for the heel, I had you guys do that for a week, no words, other than break to release them. And then recall, we were able to taught it first, and then we go, okay, he's got a good idea, now we're going to put a title on it, right? So I do that with most of my stuff, and the word comes after. Okay. So the word we'll use is place, and then break, of course, is universal for your job is done, okay? So let's go ahead and break Leo.
Break.
And what you're going to do here, like anything else, is you're going to cue the word first, place, and then you kick in with pressure. Okay? Everything after that is the same. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
Place.
Yep. 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 Yep.
You shouldn't be repeating the word, right?
No. Yep. Yep. Very good. What number are we at?
20.
Try 24. Good. And break.
Break.
And repeat.
Okay. Place.
Yep. 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 Nope. Yep. Good. Let's you read 24, right? Let's read 30. So what I'm trying to create here is a more direct send, as he's still kind of countering a bit, right? So we might get a little spazziness here, which is working through it. So what we want to see is place, tap, boom. Okay. Break.
Break. Place.
Which way?
Tap. Tap. Better. Let's try number 33. Good.
Break.
Yep.
Place.
Yep. Here goes. Better. Easier. Good. We're going to try 2 more, then we're going to repeat it, but then we're going to add the movement around.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Break.
Yeah, boy. Let's try different directions too.
Okay. Place.
Yep. There it is. That was much better. Good.
Break.
Good. So now you'll do the place set. Once he goes, start to walk around, and then come to a stop. Once you're ready, break.
Place.
Good. Tap. Tap. There it is. Good. Better. watch tomorrow. Yeah. Pressure. Like everybody, even humans learn pressure. It's just you have to know how to do it correctly and not be afraid to go higher to make things happen. Good.
Place.
Better. Good. Yep. Just thinking about it. Yep. 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 Good. Yep. Yep. Good. Excellent.
Break.
Good. 3 more.
Place.
Yep. 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 Good. Better.
Break.
Good. 2 more.
Start from over here, buddy. Place.
Oh, that's good. You didn't turn it up, did you? No, it's still 30. Yep. Right, good. Good.
You go get. How about you go get Gal? That's fine.
Break, Leo. I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay, you gotta stay right here.
Place.
Very good. Look at that. Right. Uh-huh. Good. Good. There we go. Let's try 24. But even though he was jumpy, he wasn't worked up about what the hell's going on. He's like, oh, cool. Like, pretty good about finding what's supposed to go. He's gonna pause right there. Very good. So, do you know why Leo's having a hard time coming off the place?
It's like you guys are trying to get me so hard to go on this mat, and when I get comfortable,
Probably
You're
scared.
partially right.
Probably
Partially
scared of
right.
getting
no, I
stabbed.
gotta give her some space.
Yeah, but pressure. We're using pressure,
Get
and
out.
we're saying, when you
Get
go here, pressure turns off. So then he's like, okay. So then when we bring him, like, so then he goes there, and then it's like, we're gonna bring him off. He's like, well, I know you're just gonna go here again. Like, why? Right? So it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, because it's caution.
Right.
Caution is good because that's what makes the command mean something. So if there were dogs playing, and we sent him there, like he should go there and just let the dogs play and him not having to do with it. Because he's thinking pressure, okay? So if we see that happen, no biggie. I just, we'll use leash pressure, make the dog break off if needed. Now in real life, if Leo is on place for 2 hours and then I say break, technically he doesn't have to break off of it. Like, he doesn't have to move himself. Does that make sense? Because it's a command and we say, hey, you're free now. And he's like, I'm gonna just stay here. Like, that's technically a choice, right? So just keep that in mind because some people get really worked up on, like, I release my dog and they won't move. I'm like, yeah.
Do you ever like see a point though where like you're so cautious that like it could be until you have to physically leave? You know what I mean? Like it was to a point where like
Yeah.
you're so anxious about getting off that place object that you won't.
Yeah, it's rare. If anything, then I can just use pressure to break them off,
Okay.
right? Like, you can use pressure to, like, get them to come off if needed. I just try not to, so the dog understands that, like, there's a release from it,
Yeah.
right? But there's no set. Don't ever do that. Sometimes you have to, right? So if it happens, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And the only way to, like, really make a dog that concerned about the place would be where you're at a number that's like so concerning that the dog's like, crap, I'm just not gonna come home here, period, right? So like I taught one dog in particular that was human aggressive. And what happened was they had the dog here, they met someone, and all of a sudden the dog just jumped up and like nailed the lady on the arm, right? Like seemingly unprovoked. So we worked with the aggression stuff, and then we worked on the obedience. And then the owner was like, you know, I want to be sure this dog is cemented to the ground, right? And I said, okay. I put the dog in a sit position, and I would pull her. And then when she would get up, I had that high, and I would remote her high to sit her butt back down. So then it became, when I'm told to sit, don't move nothing. So then we'd be like this, yanking the dog, and it was like, not moving, right? So it's possible, but unless you're intending to do that, you're most likely not.
Okay.
Okay? Questions about that? Let's go ahead and swap handlers. He's still on place.
Say hi.
And before you walk around here, Kyle, go ahead and pet Leo. Give him some loving.
Fresh bath. Get all dirty.
Did he have a bath?
Yeah, last
I
night.
needed one yesterday.
Go ahead and just walk around first. He's going to stay put. Cap. Good. Wow. Good. Let's try 21. That was good. Try a little bit less to see if we get the same response though.
Do you find it pretty easy to make the transition from learning this object to then us going home and using it as an object?
Yeah, because this is the foundation. Good. And whenever you're ready, you'll come to a stop. And then break. Break. Yep. Go ahead and pull it. And a boy. So same thing. We're gonna start tuning that word place, right? We'll try it from 5 to 6 feet now. Okay. It's probably gonna get harder. So you might have to compensate by having closer and guiding them like this, trying to refrain from moving your legs. Okay. If needed, you can do what she did and just very slowly, as remoting, inch forward. But I try not to. You're trying to get them to close that gap themselves. Place. Get higher on the leash. There you go, like that. Place. There it is. I repeated it. There we go. Good. Move around. Good. You come to pause. Break. Break. Good. One more. Place. Good. Let's go down to 18. Tap. That's he broke off prematurely. Tap. Tap. There it is. Very good. So right there, as soon as I saw him move around and make his way, I take that pressure off. Good. Break. Good. Try three more. Place. There. Good. Yeah, boy. Good job.
Oh, there they are.
Just figure it
Pressure.
out.
Yeah. It's the contact's been inconsistent. So if we had good consistent contact, you wouldn't have to worry about too high. Break. Good. And two more. Place. There it is. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Kim. Good job. Good job. Very good. Very good. Attaboy. Good boy. Excellent. Great. Great. Last one. Place. Yep. Almost. Yep. Almost. Almost. Beautiful. You can see the thought process, right? Like you saw where you like kind of inch forward. Then when you moved, it's like, okay, you went in the right direction, but then detoured a bit, direct, and then he was able to figure it out. Okay. Go ahead and pause right there. So this is one aspect. This is simply the send. I say place, you go here. Okay. So then the second half of this is go there, don't move for a period of time. So like let's say, you know those like old school radiators that they have in some houses? Like let's say you had that, right? And you put the bed close to it with the leash and you wrap it around a pipe so it's secure, and I can clip it to a slack collar, put them on the e-collar, and I can place them, and I can just go do what I'm gonna do. Right? So then as I'm adding distraction and getting away from him, 30 minutes goes by, he gets bored, he decides, oh, I'm gonna get up. And you see him, well now you don't have to worry about grabbing the leash and leading back because it's tethered. So then I'll try just using through the pressure, I don't do the command, just the pressure, to get him to figure out how to go back on. Okay? That's why this is important. So once he's got a good concept, if you see that happen, you just correct, he hops back on, I continue to do what I'm doing. Right? So it's a nice way to cheat a few steps. Because before it would be, he's like, let's say the couch is here and the dog bed's here and then the leash is in my hand. Now I'm stuck though with the dog, right? Or I can take the leash, put it underneath like the couch chair, leg, and sit. So then he's tethered, and I'm removing myself as much as possible from the command, right? So if the couch is heavier than Leo, and I'm not worried about him dragging the couch across the room, I can just get up, walk away. He's gonna think, hey, where you going? And I can correct him, send him back. I'm like, I'm going to the kitchen, you're not moving.
You're staying here.
Exactly, right? And then you do that for as long as you want. So like let's say you go to a restaurant patio, you technically could bring a towel with you, or a blanket, or a dog bed, you know? As long as he has space to go on it, it doesn't have to be fancy, okay? Pop it down, place, he goes right down on it. I can either leash around my hand, enjoy my lunch, step on it, put it underneath the leg of the chair, you know, whatever, to tether him, and then I go about what I'm doing, and then if I see him get up, look like he's about to get off, tap, he just redirects and goes back down again, okay? So this one's easier, because you're not worried about specific position. I don't care if you're sitting, standing, or laying down, just don't get off of the air, okay? Definitely, let's say you want to build a patio where there's dogs, people, and stuff. Brunch is like an hour and a half maybe, right? That in the home, I'd want to practice at least up to 2 hours of him in a stationary position. So you're kind of overcompensating to make it harder, because when you go to the patio, you're gonna have a lot more going on. So it's like you're making up that difference by pushing them more in the home, even though it's unreal, like not realistically applicable, to prep them for that, right? But if you do 30 minutes in the home, 15 minutes in the home, and then you expect them to like hold still for that period of time at the patio, you know, probably not gonna happen, okay? So I always suggest starting in the home first, get the foundation down, understand how it works before putting yourself in that position. And you can use it anywhere. But she asked, is it transferable to other places, right? Yes. You just have to teach them first, right? So like, let's say you get a towel and he's not familiar with it. You might get confusion where he's gonna be like going back. You just walk him through it. Once it clicks, then he goes, oh, this is like the mat that we use at the park with Jesse. Okay, and then once he's got that down, it's easy. Okay? If you use the consistent thing, much easier, if you take it anywhere, like if it's the same blanket, if it's the same towel, it'll make it easier for each context. Some clients will have a place in the bedroom, one in the living room, and then like one in the basement, you know, so you can have multiple. So if you're in the basement, you say place, he's gonna know it's this way.
Okay.
In the bedroom,
Depends
he's
on
gonna
the
know
room you're in, where you issue the command.
contact
They
space.
sell mats specifically for this, right?
Yeah, if you like this one, these are veranda beds. These like last forever, but they're expensive.
The yoga mats would probably be good.
Yeah, you can use them. I had a client that used a yoga. She had a black Russian terrier. She used her yoga mat. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He don't care. At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you can use whatever you like. Okay. Questions about this?
Makes sense.
All right. So we're gonna work on a separate command now. Okay. So we'll break them from here, and we will move to the path.
Okay.
You swap. All right.